What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. And yes, we are back again for another week of AOR Oceania F1. We're here for round number 2 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Apologies in advance. I forgot to add the championship standings to this video anyway, but I think you pretty much know what the championship standings look like anyway, minus the reserve drivers, of course, because they're not full-time. But yeah, Greek obviously won the first race of the season, only just, mind you, over Dominator, but yeah, he leads the championship standings over New Zealand Ryan. Sorry, I think it might be BrockDoesStuff actually, in New Zealand Ryan in third or not. But yeah, it was a decent race last time out. Finished on track, finished P9, but got moved up to P8 obviously because Master Berserk had more penalties than well, I did basically. So yeah, it was fairly decent around Australia anyway. But as I said, we're here round 2, around the night circuit of Bahrain. That was a nice way of putting it. Getting a bit on the curve there, with just HO off to the left-hand side there. Not gonna lie, this is probably one of my bogey tracks. If you've seen the previous races I've done here in the past in other leagues, you would know it's not very going well. As you can see now, I should avoid that curve at all costs through that right-hander coming into, that's turn 12 into like turn 13. And yeah, it was a very awkward spot there because I was letting everybody else go through there, but I did not want to get disqualified for staying on the track there. Yeah. Probably wondering why is there a voice in the background there. That's actually my teammate, that laggy person. Yeah, during this part of qualifying, I forgot to change my audio settings because I usually change it for the TR Pacific weekends, and obviously I forgot to change it back. I did eventually get it back, but there's a little big slide again through turn 12. So yeah, things are going off to a really great start. You can see we're obviously qualifying on the medium tyres. Do set a 131, which, to be honest, was pretty crap if I'm honest. 131.052. So, yeah, the harder. I went actually for the harder tyre allocation for this weekend, and somehow the tyre thing actually works. Apparently, there was some sort of glitch where if you selected the harder tyre allocation, you'd get put back to the normal balanced one, I believe it is. So, yeah, for this case, it was still working at this point. But, yeah, I mean, the mediums were not brilliant. I'm not going to lie anyway. But apparently around the circuit of Bahrain, you've got to avoid starting on the super soft tyres. So, I think, well, majority were just getting banker laps really on either the super soft tyres or the mediums. At the moment, Master Berserk leads the way on a 27.407. So obviously we went straight back out onto the soft tyres, and yeah, well, to be honest, I'm probably not expecting too much. I just want to get this bogey track out of the road and move on, and might give a better result to China. That's just Quicksilver just getting out of the road there. Ran a little bit wide. And that was probably my fault. I forgot to brake there a little bit more than I usually do. Or it was just a bit understeery anyway. But forgive me. It's been a long while since this event was done anyway. But yeah, the moment Drop Bear now leads the way on the soft tyres. It's his first weekend actually for this season. Of course, he didn't take part in the Australian Grand Prix, but ran a little bit too wide, and I was actually looking on track to maybe get inside the top 10 anyway on the soft tyres, but yeah, it didn't really work out at all. So basically, came back into pit lane and pretty much aborted my lap. There was only about 4 minutes left of this session anyway, so I thought, you know what? This is probably one of my bogey tracks, and seeing as the medium tyres and the soft tyres didn't feel right on this car, it probably has something to do with the setup because yeah, I didn't really know which way to go with the setup. So
so far our fastest lap is a 1:28.9.
Yeah, I mean it's not quick anyway. It's about a second off the top guys, the leaders anyway, especially Master Berserk. But yeah, P15 were pretty much last out of everybody else. You probably would have seen that Warden and President Cosby joined late as well. I was a little bit worried about here that Quicksilver actually saw me. I think he eventually did, and did let me go. So I thank you, Quicksilver, for that one. But yeah, Warden and President Cosby joined late. I think President Cosby had some issues getting into the lobby, and Warden came late because this weekend was sort of a similar weekend around the Bathurst 1000 if you follow the supercars around Australia. So hence why he was a bit late there. But don't be surprised actually if they're in opposite cars to what they're usually in. So keep an eye out for that one. Anyway, this is now my fastest lap of the qualifying session. Now Fens actually went to the top with 26 something or other. Something, well, from what I can see here anyway, but on the soft tyres. So looking all right at the moment for Fens, but now coming through, where are we, turn 8. Nice and easy on the curb there. And this corner here really screwed me over in last year's game especially, but yeah, to be honest, in this game it's not really too bad. I was actually expecting it to be similar, maybe even worse a little bit around that turn 9-10 area, but yeah, now turn 11. Now we're sizing up this turn 12. I avoid the curb as much as I can. That's a much better run actually, and we probably will gain a little bit of time compared to a lot of previous laps because they were complete and utter rubbish in my opinion. But look at that, we're nearly about a second up on the previous time. But now we're going to, there's a little bit of a brake lock back there coming into the final couple of corners now. We should easily beat up time across the line now, and we do go up into P6 with a 27.572, which obviously, like I said, did put me P6, get a nice bit of XP there. But in the end, once it all panned out and everybody completed their laps, we do drop down to P10 behind my teammate, that laggy person. No surprise, New Zealand Ryan gets pole with a 26.548. So another pole for him after what was a bit of an up and down weekend in Australia. DRC Jarrett was on the front row with him, and then Williams boys, H-Show, Master Berserk, Drop Bear, DLG Gamble, and then both us boys. Tim McMarnick a little bit of surprise in P11, but let's get to the race. All right, welcome to the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As you can see now, looking at the race strategy, it is suggesting the 2-stop around here, especially during the super soft tyres don't last too long. But I was keen possibly to try the 1-stop. I think majority others, especially the guys on the soft tyres, probably going to start on the go soft, then go to medium. But just in case, I did have a think about whether, like, obviously we are starting on super soft tyres in qualifying the top 10, but just for how long to get the super softs, I don't know, but chuck on the mediums, and then if the mediums die at the end or something, we can chuck on another set of super soft tyres anyway. But anyway, underway for the formation lap. Yeah, not much really happened there except at the end of the formation lap, where there was a nice bit of ghosting there between my teammate, myself, and Mr. Benjamin Daly there. So that was very cool there. Yeah, like I said, during the quali session, I was a little bit surprised that Ben qualified outside the top 10 in 11th, but does get a free choice of tyres, which is probably be a bonus for him because he's starting on the medium tyres. So we have to get a good start here. And the starts have been okay for us at the moment, but here we go. We're all set for round 2 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Bahrain, and it's a pretty decent start again. Similar to last week, nearly. Get a good start on Laggy. A little bit of a moment there with getting close to DLG Gamble. I think that might be a little bit of lag. I did have a bit of internet issues, not going to lie, where I think I was lagging a bit more than others, but then side by side BrockDoesStuff, and then all of a sudden Brock just disappears. There wasn't any contact on my screen anyway, and I thought I had caused drama there, but anyway, we continue on. We're still hanging on to P10. We've got Ben on the left-hand side Still in P11 there. Oh, Gamble running very wide there, and it would be very close with the rejoin there. So that goes. Oh, there goes a Red Bull off to the left. That's Ho. He's out of the race early on, so he hasn't even lasted 8 corners, and he's already out. So disastrous start for Red Bull, especially if you consider Neon Treedome is at the back because he didn't set a lap time anyway. But anyway, on to lap 2 we go. Just sitting in comfortably behind my teammate Laggy, and we're just pretty much following Drop Bear at the moment. There were only a couple of us that start on the super soft tyres. Obviously, us two, Master Berserk, I think was another one, but I can't remember who the other one was. Might have been Pencil, man, or something. But yeah, running very wide. She got caught up on the turn 12 curve again, which affected my run a little bit. And obviously, Ben obviously got the run there, so I thought, yeah, no point getting tangled up there, and I nearly collided into the back of him, which would have been a bit awkward. But yeah, pretty much here the goal was to just pretty much follow him and see what we can do. Hopefully,
race officials have
keep up with his sort of pace, because obviously super soft tyres will start to dissipate pretty soon. On the lap 3, obviously DRS now enabled. Now we've got obviously Warden starting to catch up with us. So yeah, at the moment just following Ben. He's getting very squirmish there behind my teammate Laggy. So he's got a bit of a he's stuck in a half sandwich, you could say. But you see Ben's got a little bit more speed compared to Laggy. But there's a bit of yellow flags in the background there. I think it's one of the Toro Rossos now. Well, probably in the highlights, the little package from the other point of views, I probably would show Harry Ryan's point of view, but I'll probably show it from someone else's point of view. But I was going to show Harry's point of view of that little incident. I think it was Harry, but yeah, I will probably explain why a little bit later on. But in the turn 1, go very, very deep, and now we've lost the front wing, and Warner just smashes into us. So yeah, that was probably my fault there. I think I could
be careful with the front wing. You've taken some line.
Yeah, I completely missed. I think I was mucking around with the fuel settings and the ERS settings.
0.5 seconds.
Shut up, Jeff, for a second if you can. But
understood. Stopping.
Anyway, we're boxing this lap anyway. I was mucking around with the fuel settings and the ERS settings, and I just missed my braking marker. And well, obviously the rest is history. Had a little spin there, and yeah, fortunately we're going to have to come in pretty early to get off these super soft tyres. Probably not a bad thing to get off these super soft tyres, but yeah, this is going to affect me in this race anyway. But not the only ones. I think Master Berserk came in obviously to get off the super soft tyres. So he's gone onto the mediums there. So going to go onto the soft tyres, change the front wing. That's Pencil Man in front. I think he's having a front wing change as well. So yeah, it's pretty much us two at the back of the field now. Everybody else is nearly down at turn 10 onward, or further back sort of thing. So we've got a little bit of work to do there, and yeah, now just got to put our head down and just see what we can do around this joint, and maybe try and salvage something from this race. He's on board. He's going on board with the replays of Team Armatic to start with. Obviously, not the greatest of starts, but to be fair, he's on the slowest tyre, so yeah, it's probably not the ideal way to get off the line on these sort of these tyres anyway. But goes around the outside. Now watch what happens here with myself and Brock. See, there's absolutely no touch whatsoever. There's absolutely no touch on Ben's screen anyway. But yeah, I felt pretty bad for Brock actually, because I thought I'd caused it originally, but looking back at it, really wasn't my fault here. Look how close the LG Gamble gets to tagging Ben anyway. That would have been awkward after what was a shocking round in Australia anyway. But on board now with BrockDoesStuff. It's a fairly decent start, obviously compared to Ben, but this will probably be the perspective we want to see in the turn 1. So alongside Laggy person, apparently there was a touch from me on his screen, but like I said, I never touched him whatsoever. So. But it did force him into a spin, and obviously, well, he's now at the back of the pack anyway. On board now with Neon Treedome. I do apologise if there's no audio in Neon's video footage. I absolutely have no idea what it is, but yeah, just taking things nice and cautiously. I did say that Warden and President Cosby would be in opposite cars to what they usually are. So instead of what it usually is, if you've seen the driver introduction video, then Warden should be in the Force India and President Cosby should be in the Sauber, but it's the other way around pretty much. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. They will still score points for their normal teams anyway, but there was a little issue, I think, with Pencil, man. I didn't actually... I missed that footage, actually, but just going around the outside there. That was HO off to the left there. It's Quicksilver up the inside of Harry Ryan there. And now Neon's got Pencil Man on the right-hand side. Should hang on to the moment. Nice and cautiously through here. I think he gets a little touch, actually, and that might explain there's a bit of carbon fibre off Pencil Man's car. Anyway, on board with DLG Gamble. It's a relatively equal start with Drop Bear of the line. Drop Bear did a pretty decent job in qualifying. This is the track, I believe, where he got his best ever qualifying result in AOR last season. I think he got qualified in P2, albeit on super soft tyres, but probably learnt that from Season 2 and taken that on to Season 3. But side by side, HO and Drop Bear. There's, who was that on the inside? That was Laggy on the inside there. What happens to you? Did you get a touch? No, he just brakes, locks, has a little bit of a lock brake there, and obviously nearly takes out Ben again. Would have been awkward, but now has to concede the spot to Ben. That's Warden obviously on the right-hand side, who's also started on the medium tyres, so just backs out a bit there. Does a gamble there and settles back in the rhythm, trying to get back into the points playing position at the moment. Well, Warden going very wide there. Actually, it affected his run coming through turn 13, and that was a terrible run actually for Warden. Sorry, Warden, if you're watching this footage back, but that was not ideal. But here's Gamble have a look up the inside. No, not quite there, but Warden again. Little brake lock up there, got Harry behind, so there's no DRS yet. Obviously, it's too early. Lap 3 is when it comes on, but better speed here with Gamble and Warden. Warden's covering straight away here. Gamble thought about it, I think, but he's now got Harry up his inside here, but he hangs on for position for now. And for how much longer? I think Harry may pull out a lot of the slipstream here. Is he up the inside? Yes, he does. They leave each other room. Can't quite get the position back, so up the inside, so has to settle back in, and that was the replay I was seeing my little moment through the turn 12 curb. It caught me out quite a bit, as you probably saw throughout qualifying, and obviously continue through the race anyway, but yeah, that was obviously quite an easy move up the inside, and yeah, it would have been awkward if I collided with him in the background. We got here, we're back on board with Gamble. We're on board with, following Warden here. Didn't have another shocking run through turn 13. So you can have a look here up the inside. I think about it. No, settles back in for now, but might have a good run here compared to Warden. Warden seems to have good straight line speed here in the Sauber that he's in for this weekend anyway, but
race officials have enabled
see what he's got here. Going into turn 1 again. Warden covering the inside line. Turn 1, a little bit of a lock up there. Gamble tried a bit of the crisscross, but he can't quite get it, and actually gets a warning for a corner cutting, which is easily done through that turn 2 section here. It's his Neon Trito. Oh, that's Harry running very wide there. Now going side by side with Quicksilver. That's they somehow managed to do it. Maybe get the odd corner cutting warning as well, but Quicksilver's going to go up the inside here. And I think he may have it. Oh, he gets a little touch to Harry there, and well, he gets one back for his troubles, but these two still go side by side. Could nearly do the whole lap there. He pushes Quicksilver wide, and that will probably give Neon a little chance here. Not quite into turn 8, but let's see what happens going into turn 9 and 10. Still hanging on to the rear for now, but yeah, just plays it patiently there. Is probably a little bit of a lag issue there with Quicksilver, but that explains what the yellow flag was. I did say it was Harry Ryan. Now, like I mentioned, at this point, I probably would show you guys his point of view of the incident. But unfortunately, when I was trying to edit his footage into the clip, into my video, yeah, it kept crashing my Vegas program that I used to edit the video. So Yeah, sorry, Harry, for wanting the footage in this video, mate, but yeah, it was just out of my hands, unfortunately. So, and obviously you saw the replay of me getting close or hitting the back of Ben. He did feel a little bit of a touch there, but now we go DLG Gamble again, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of it, really. Warden now getting front wing damage from it, and well, I believe he got front wing damage. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, I think Gamble will have a look here up the inside. Warden goes very wide there, and does he have it this time? I think he might have it. It's about hanging around the outside, but no, he's got it this time. So Warden has to succumb to that position for now, and like I said, I feel bad for giving him front wing damage, but yeah, I mean, it was out of my hands, unfortunately. I do apologise for it, Warden. But yeah, continuing on, this is Neon Trito now catching up to said Warden, who's now putting pressure on Quicksilver. So obviously there's a little bit of a, I think, Warden is actually dropping positions here. So yeah, I think that front wing damage is really affecting him. Here goes Neon up the inside. Quicksilver's obviously got past already, so yeah, he's dropping back big time here. So that puts Warden back to 11th there. Neon up into the top 10. Here's DLG Gamble and Laggy going possibly side by side. These two, obviously, we did fight each between those two and myself. We did fight informally in F2, but now we're fighting in F1. But Laggy actually came to the pits on lap 5 anyway. But yeah, going on to lap 8 now, as you can see. I changed the front wing aero a little bit because I wasn't too happy with this car at all, because I don't know, it just wouldn't turn in properly like I would. It was just understeering everywhere you could possibly imagine. I think it was like, what was I running? 3.6, 3.7 wings or something. But it wasn't really working out. 4. I did change it up to 4 at the last pit stop, but didn't feel right at all, and I was probably losing a little bit of straight line speed actually. But yeah, the next stop I'm changing it back down to 2, which I think is the right one anyway. But you saw the graphic, there was Warden now out of the Grand Prix. You probably see his car in the foreground if you just saw it then, but
okay, clear.
You probably would have seen it down in the graphic down below anyway. But we do have some footage from it, as well. That's actually my second warning there. So we do have some footage of this incident. So I'm going to start off on board with BrockDoesStuff, who of course is battling with Warden. You've got PresidentCosby behind as well. That's coming through into turn 10 now. Brock doesn't have the greatest of runs. Actually goes wide. That might explain a little bit, but now Warden up the inside here. And oh no, that's...
Battery charge is high. Start falling away soon.
I think that's a bit awkward, that one. I have a feeling D-Sick maybe if played a factor in that one. Because the exact same sort of thing happened back in the first round of the season. If you haven't seen it, be sure to go check that one out, obviously. But going on board with PresidentCosby, who is in the Force India, obviously, he should be in the regular Sauber, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, you can see on the replay that I think Brock was probably trying to readdress the position anyway. But look at it. He just, there's no touch whatsoever. I thank Ben, obviously, for slowing the footage there, but let's look at it. He's nowhere near. He's nowhere near. And like I mentioned, this was the previous week with DRC Jared, who put this footage up on his Twitter. And the exact same thing happened, and obviously that caused that whole melee of a crash. So, yeah, I mean, it's shocking, honestly. And I think probably Ben alluded to it in his video as well. It's just absolutely shocking. If that caused an incident in the esports series, then this whole game would be a complete flaw anyway. But that was obviously Ben getting the inside of Drop Bear. Don't ask me what the hell I was doing there, because I probably had a little bit of a loss of concentration there. But that was probably more my fault there. But obviously...
a new strategy is available on the MFT.
Yeah, I was getting strategy calls right left and centre to... obviously go on to the medium tyres a little bit earlier than what I planned, but these soft tyres didn't feel so bad at the moment. We got Pencil Man starting to close us in, and yeah, PresidentCosby had to come in, obviously, change his front wing and whatnot, but he goes Pencil up the inside here into turn 1. Give him the space.
Gap to the car behind.
Try a little bit of a crisscross move here, trying to get a good run out of here, but Pencil Man did actually a pretty good job of holding on for now. But yeah, I was more worried about these issues with the lagging cars moving backwards and forwards, and that bit of oversteer didn't really help my cause coming out of what is that, turn 4, I believe. So
Box. We're coming in this lap.
yeah, we're still following behind Pencil Man, and we probably will have a third candidate because President Cosby just set the fastest lap of the race into 30.4. Albeit, yes, he is on the super soft tyre, so he will have to pit again. So he's trying to make up some ground at the moment. But here we go. Well, Hospital looking up the inside, but this is pretty much the last couple of spots, I think, in this race order at the moment, with Pencil, myself, and President Cosby rounding out like 14, 15, and 16th in this race. Everybody else is further up the road. Here comes DLG Gamble in for his one and only pit stop. Away he goes to the medium tyres in the McLaren. So obviously you will drop back down the order a little bit. There goes Jared. I think Quicksilver.
Up to speed now.
Sorry, that was drop there actually, my bad. So I think Quicksilver actually came into the pits, but it doesn't just come out ahead of BrockDoesStuff, who I don't believe has stopped yet. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong there, but yeah, just manages to hang on to staying in front of Brock, and goes up into P9 in this race. Obviously, there are still a few guys still pit. So anyway, on to lap 13 we go. You can probably see Toro Rosso off to the right there. That was Harry into the pit lane. So now sizing up the move here around the outside. Tried to go around the outside originally for the first attempt anyway, but yeah, that didn't really work out at all. I lost all my momentum. And, well, basically I've got to do all this work again. So, very tight up there, but we're near close enough at the moment to Pencil Man. I actually ran a little bit wide coming out of turn 4, so that didn't really help my cause. So, go now to turn 9 and 10, and Pencil runs a little bit wide. There's a bit of a brake lock up, but like I mentioned, that part of the circuit wasn't too bad for me. As actually Neon Tridome comes in for his one and only pit stop, so away he goes on lap 14. Where's he going to pop out here? I think he's going to pop out just behind Quicksilver again, so he's going to have to do, excuse me, a bit of work to catch up to Quicksilver there. But anyway, on to lap 14, we're sizing up Pencil Man again. The other Toro Rosso's in the pit lane. It's BrockDoesStuff, but I thought a bit differently this time. I thought I'd break the car early, try and do a little bit of a crisscross here. It's sort of worked a little bit because we have a better run compared to Pencil, but now we're going to have to go around the outside here.
Situation. We're good for the time being, but you are going to start to notice the wear, so make sure it doesn't catch you out.
And Jeff was probably not wrong there because the tyres were starting to feel a little bit. I mean, it didn't feel too bad, but they were starting to feel a little bit, yeah, as your father sort of thing. It was a little brake lock up on the hit the back of Pencil Man there, but yeah, that was either desync or like he was moving forwards and backwards a little bit there. So somehow I didn't get front wing damage for that, and he gets a little bit squirmish off the curb there, so that hasn't helped his cause at all. Now we've got a good run here. Think about it up the inside going to 11, but not really doing much there. But actually get a 3-second time penalty now. And actually got another warning for troubles, but add another one to that list because why not, really? So
against our finishing time.
Yeah, it's just not going well this race at all. But continuing on, lap 15 we go. So again, we're sizing up Pencil Man here. We're going to do exactly what we did the lap before, but we do have President Cosby a little bit closer to what he was before. But trying to get the title line for Pencil Man. It's yeah, still hanging on for now at the moment, so I was getting a little bit frustrated, so really trying to go around the outside here, but I did not want to lose the spot at all to President Cosby, who was, like I mentioned, starting to catch us both up here, but like I have mentioned, there may be a few internet issues on the inside. We have a look on Pencil Man. Now I've heard Pencil has lagged a little bit, but again, that may be just him or me. Around the outside, we go into turn 10. Give each other room there, but yeah, on the curb there, the acceleration wasn't brilliant at all, but we're still going side by side. There is a little bit of lag on Pencil side of things. Well, again, it could be me because I have been having a few internet issues lately, so it's not helping my cause. But now I'm just going through turn 12 now, having a good run, not quite close enough there. PresidentCosby is really all over the back of me now, so he really needs to get past Pencil Man as quick as I can, just to maybe find a bit of fresh air and or try and salvage something. But going into the final corner, and well,
Mind that front wing.
yeah.
You'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
I wasn't exactly too thrilled about that one, to be honest. So
Okay, focus. We need to stay on.
because I think at the time I thought it might have been that might have been Pencil's fault, but yeah, I think lag may have played a little bit of factor here. So anyway, we do come in, so we're going to put on the medium tyres and I think pretty much go to the end of the race from here. Another front wing.
Exit,
I think that's
exit
actually the first front wing change of this race. No, sorry, it might be the second one. Yeah, it is the second one. My bad there. So
Pit strategy complete.
yeah, pretty much now we're dead
through to
last.
the
So
end now.
pretty much got nothing to lose here. So pretty much now just go flat attack here. And if things weren't working out, or if I went a lap down or something, I'd probably chuck on the super soft tyres and maybe go for fastest lap. But coming through fast right-hander, get the exit curb, and well, really pretty much did the similar thing to what HO did, but not as bad. So we managed to survive that one. That was through the exit of turn 7 curve there.
Next,
So
turn off the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
yeah, my race is really going uphill pretty, sorry, not uphill, downhill pretty quickly. But now here's Neon Treedome starting to catch up to my teammate Laggy. Up the inside he'll go into turn 1. And I think he'll get this move done. Yes, he will. So Laggy's on the soft tyres, so I presume he's going for a 2-stop here. But don't know if Neon's got this spot wrapped up yet, because Laggy may come back, hit him a little bit here. Has to go around the outside here, and well, manages to hang on for now, and that's now Neon into the points. So yeah, continuing on. Yeah, warnings are just going to be my Achilles heel now. So at this point, I don't really care. I think at this part of the race, I just do not care. But anyway, Ben's in for his one only pit stop, so he'll be pretty quick at the end on those soft tyres.
7 seconds.
At lap 18 we go. PresidentCosby did finally come in, so he's now on a fresh set of medium tyres. So that's a pretty decent pace in that super soft tyres there. But yeah, just pretty much doing the normal thing. But again, I think I was mucking around with my fuel in the ARS and missed my braking marker and went straight ahead at turn 1 there. So
You've been awarded
and
a
that
time
did not
penalty
really
for
help my
that
cause
last
either,
incident.
because it's either 6 or 9
Gap
penalties.
behind is 2.6 seconds. We're losing about 5 seconds a lap. This pace is far too slow. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 53.3. They have a time penalty of 3.0. Okay, gap ahead is 21.0 seconds.
That was probably not helping my cause at all, because PresidentCosby only had 3 seconds worth of penalties compared to myself. But he's been actually going past DRC Jared. I think, excuse me, I think Jared actually let him go there because I think he knew that Ben had much more pace than he did, and obviously different tyres for those two, Jared being on the mediums and Ben on the softs anyway. But lap 21, you can see as PresidentCosby just pulling out of the road of race leader New Zealand Ryan. So that's just allowed me a bit of fresh air.
ERS to overtake, please. Push now.
Was the motivation I pretty much needed for from Jeff there to just keep myself on the lead lap now, as actually BrockDoesStuff also into the lane. So we do go up to P14, set a personal best in the 131. So and the lap tyres were probably not too brilliant, but actually the car felt a little bit better compared to the last time. But here's a replay on board with Brock. This was on lap 21, so he must have had a crash, has he? Oh, he's got that exit curb again, and
Okay, box, box,
dear.
box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap.
And a heap of pace coming into there. Thankfully not the same result as what HO had earlier on lap 1, but God, it was
Don't
mighty
worry if
close.
the car behind tries to overtake you, he has a time penalty.
Now, I wanted to show you this one because Pencilman did have a bit of, well, originally did have game audio sound, but once Jeff started to talk and then he disappeared, that was pretty much it.
Blue flag.
There was no game audio sound. I think that's another glitch that there's a lot of people that have found on F1 2018, but you can see now I'm getting the blue flags here, so
the car behind. Let them pass
yeah, at this point I'm throwing up the white flag here. I'm not really fighting with Ryan too much anyway, so he probably give me a little weave there to say thank you for letting me by, and we say no worries to that one because, yeah, to be honest, I did not want to complete another lap around Bahrain anyway because it was going pear-shaped anyway. Now we've got PresidentCosby now caught up.
Charge is high. Let's increase ERS.
He's catching us now. Sorry now, but going into turn 10, and I have a bit of a brake lock up, and well, that's just an easy manoeuvre for PresidentCosby there. So yeah, it's just going horribly, and that's when I thought, yeah, you know what, may as well just give up on these medium tyres and just go straight onto the super soft tyres. So get it slowed down for the pits. So this will be hopefully the last pit stop of the race. So pretty much going to go all guns blazing here because we've got about 4 laps of my race anyway. 5 laps from the leader anyway. So
release.
But now we're pretty much back to dead last anyway at this point. So yeah, honestly, I just don't know what it is with Bahrain. I just keep wondering myself, what is it with Bahrain? Is it the setup? Is it my driving style? Is it something does not click with myself in Bahrain at all, because any other track, Australia was probably a better shot there, and I think next time out in China is probably another decent track as well. But here's Neon Tridone coming under attack from Master Berserk here, who I think he's doing the 2-stop strategy here, because he's Neon in 9th, they're doing the 1-stop, Master Berserk in 10th, doing the 2 stops. So he'll have much quicker tyres being on the soft tyres on lap 23. There goes Berserk up the inside, and yeah, not mucking around. Berserk goes up into P9, and that puts Neon Tridone back into P10. So pretty looking like a pretty decent points haul again for Force India. So yeah, pretty much starting to set PBs now into the 29s, which was a positive thing anyway. So we are starting to catch up to one of the front runners, one of the top 10 guys that have already lapped me. So you can see you catching DLG Gamble there. So I was pretty much deciding to go flat attack here. There was a bit of yellow flag action there. Not sure what that was about, but that might be actually who it was, because I think Brock actually had a moment coming through at a turn 8 or something. I don't actually know what actually happened, so don't actually have POV from that. So yeah, to apologise for that one, but probably would have been great to see what actually happened. But yeah, Brock's pretty much now out of the race on that lap 26. So yeah, I mean, I'm still last out of the running order, but I'm up to 2:15. Now, going to size up a move here on DLG Gamble here. So he made it pretty simple for us there. So I mean, that was the only decent pass I think I made most of the weekend anyways, especially in this race. But yeah, here's a replay on that one. I think Gamble's really fighting it too much there. He's got a bit of a gap up ahead to drop there. I'm not sure about the gap behind to Master Berserk. I hope it won't be too far away. I still was getting the blue flags.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy
behind for to let DLG Gamble back through, but I wasn't having none of it. So I was pretty much pushing flat attack here just to try and get out of that blue flag region, which I did in the end. So that was a positive there. But set a personal best. That was actually my fastest lap of the race at 29.588. So yeah, it was pretty much the only pace I had. Is now starting to slightly catch up to drop there. He's probably starting to feel the effects of tyre wear, but yeah, in the end, didn't quite have enough pace to catch up to him. Yes, I understand he's already a lap ahead, but yeah, it's been horrible. And to sum it up, really, I just slammed into the wall there in pretty much frustration there. Last out of the whole runners, just not ideal, but just glad to get Bahrain out of the road anyway. But Yeah, there's the podium. So New Zealand Ryan gets his first victory of Season 3. Got Greek Master getting another good amount of points there, and I think Fens was rounding out the top 3. I think at the moment Greek probably will extend his championship lead, but get a decent amount of XP, get up into rank number 13, like that really cares, but anyway. But yeah, that's the final results. So Ryan, Greek, and Fens ran at the podium. Ben did a ripper job to get from 11th to 4th. DRC Jarrah, Drop Bear, DLG Gamble, Berserk, Quicksilver, and Neon Tridome running at the 10. And you got Pencil Man, Laggy, my team at 11. Then Pencil Man, Harry, President Cosby, and myself. And excuse me, as the other guys you saw there, BrockDoesStuff, Warden, H-Show. They were the only guys pretty much to retire out of this Grand Prix. But just going through all the incidents there. There's the driver standing. So there is a little bit of a gap. I think about 6 points between Greek and Ryan. So Fens is up into P3. Brock drops back to P4. Ben up into 5th there. You can see we're down in 13th. Obviously lost a bit of points there to Master Berserk, who obviously gained a couple of more points on myself. So yeah, that puts us in 13th. My teammate's still yet to score his first points, but yeah, glad to get the Bahrain out of the road anyway. But if you did enjoy it, what was the Bahrain Grand Prix, then be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. You can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more AOR Oceania content on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. You can check out all my social media links. They'll be down in the description. But until the next time, which will be the Chinese Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.